Okay.
All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Let me activate this so I can see that screen. Okay. So as I said, my name is Wayne. I have played for two of you guys before, and the other two guys, for your benefit, I am the LC for Markham, Ontario, so Eastern Region. I'm also one of the Quest of the Week EMs. Um, what else? Uh, I'm a new father. I'm a new father. I also run a podcast called Advantage Insight on the Misdirected Mark network. So if you're interested in that, you can go and listen. So tonight we're going to run a great upheaval, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to run that as a store exclusive online. I believe Manny is a store coordinator, as am I. So there may be some certs in your future if you find them. Okay. And I do have the right paper to print them on. So you are all heading towards Nightstone. You've been traveling along the high road for days. As evening approaches, you spot a wooden signpost next to a trail that heads north into the hills. Nailed to the post are three arrow-shaped signs. Two are marked Waterdeep and Daggerford, and they follow the high road, but point in the opposite directions. The third, marked Nightstone, beckons you to follow the trail. If memory serves right, Nightstone is roughly 10 miles up the trail. So, what have you heard about Nightstone? The High Steward of Nightstone, Lady Velrosa Namdar, she's a Waterhaven noble. She also is reportedly offering a reward to anybody willing to deal with their goblin threat. This is also a very popular retreat for wealthy nobles who wish to hunt in the Ardeep forest. Adventurers can earn pretty good money offering their services as guards to that hunt. The residents of Nightstone have a long-standing and irreconcilable conflict with their northern neighbors, the elves. Lady Velrosa has been searching for skilled mediators, and you can't see me do the air quotes there, to help resolve that dispute. And finally, the Nightstone Inn is renowned for its food and cozy guest rooms. The dwarven innkeeper, Morak Udgray, has a fondness for adventures and a nose for lucrative adventuring opportunities. So as you travel, while it is getting a little bit darker, it's still pretty light outside. You probably have a good 5 hours till full dark. And as you kind of crest over and come across into kind of the city area, oh, I should minimize this a little bit. So you're kind of traveling along this road, heading generally northeast. After following the trail for about 10 miles, you hear the ringing of a bell. The sound grows louder as Nightstone comes into view. A river flows around the settlement, forming a moat. The village itself is contained within a wooden palisade beyond which you see a windmill, tall steeple, and high-pitched roofs of several other buildings. Apart from the ringing of the bell, which is annoyingly constant, you detect no other activity in the village. The trail ends before a lower drawbridge that spans a moat. Beyond the drawbridge, two stone watchtowers flank an open gap in the palisade. South of the village and surrounded by the by the river moat is a cone-shaped, flat-topped hill which stands a stone keep enclosed by another wooden wall. The keep, which overlooks the village, looks like it's partially collapsed. The wooden bridge that once connected the keep to the village has also collapsed. I will transfer you guys over. Let's see if this. Ooh, what was that?
Fantastic.
So where number one says, where that drawbridge is, you guys are just kind of coming around that area.
All right.
But it's been collapsed? Or no, the one to the south has been
The
collapsed.
one to the south, number 11, has collapsed.
Okay.
Number 1 is lowered. Anybody trained in perception?
I think I am. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Yes, I am.
I'm not
Okay.
but I can make a check.
What's that?
And I'm not proficient yet, but I can make a check.
Okay. So give me a sec. I just realized here.
Unfortunately, perception was not a class skill for cleric.
No, but you could alter your background to include it.
I suppose. Because I think it would be more useful for me than history.
If you like, you can make some alterations. I don't mind.
Okay, we'll do that then.
I just realized I didn't change the background.
Well, who is in our lovely band?
Yes, you can introduce yourselves if you'd like.
Alright, who wants to go first? Oh, my name's Okran, and I'm a dwarf from near Mirobar.
Name's Tarek. I'm a hill dwarf formerly of the Silver Fist Company.
All right. I guess I'll be that person. I'm playing Vivian Silvermane, noble wizard. You've noticed in the travels with her, she's a little bit off her rocker from times, but quite intelligent and spends a fair bit of time hugging her book.
I am an acolyte of Talos. I travel the Sword Coast from time to time. I tend to like being in the rain.
All right. So the four of you stand. Give me a sec. I think Dan Trent wants to join. So I'll continue going. Give me a sec. I'm just going to add him to this group here. Oh, that was loud. All right. So even the most unobservant of you can notice that there seems to be something strange going on here. Your biggest warning sign is the drawbridge is down, but you don't see anybody inside either of the watchtowers. The other thing is that bell that you heard from at least maybe a mile out, it's still ringing. I mean, you've never heard the bell ring. You've never heard any bells constantly ringing all over places all the time.
So the bell is constantly ringing.
Yep.
No guards, and the drawbridge is down.
Yep.
All right. Does it look like there's anything at the drawbridge that would explain why it's down? Is there?
From what you can see, it's down. It's just, as if it's welcoming people in. But there's nobody inside the watchtowers.
All right. Does it look like there's anybody along the walls?
The walls are palisades, so they don't actually have a step.
Oh, okay.
It does have a raised step around it. So they're about 15 feet high from the edge of that island, I guess. And they're basically just logs sharpened to points on top. And they're, the gaps are covered with tar.
Okay.
Yeah. You can see some of the buildings inside. Most of them are look like they're made of wood.
All right. In that case, who amongst us will walk first into this place?
Really?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
fine. I will shift my staff to the to my shield hand, probably making both of them useless, just so I have a free hand, and I will stomp my way towards the gate.
All right, there is no gate because when the drawbridge comes up, that kind of forms the gate.
Sure.
So you kind of stomp your thump, 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 stomp inside, and what you see is an interesting sight. I mean, at first, it just looks like a normal village, and then you start noticing the destruction. Every few, maybe every 20 or 30 or 40 feet, there's like a boulder, like a large-sized rock embedded into the ground. You can see that the damage.
Oh, hello. Sorry.
Hey, Draco. You can see that a lot of the stuff is is damaged. Like you can see rocks strewn all over the place. Some of the buildings have maybe not collapsed or been smashed in by these giant rocks.
I will, assuming my party is with us, I will move up to the nearest one and inspect it to see what it is and where it looks like it came from.
Sure. So there's a rock just south of 2A, and you look. It looks like maybe a small catapult rock, but the town is littered with them, and you didn't see any catapult tracks or anything like a ballist, like any other siege engine tracks anywhere earlier.
Did it? There was no damage along the wall.
Question.
Not on this side. Not that you noticed.
All right. You say that it looks like they're catapults, like boulders.
Yeah,
but there's no tracks outside.
Nope.
The landing of the boulders. Do they show a skid, or do they show a drop?
They show skids.
So they did bounce a few feet before falling.
Yeah, looks like they were launched.
Interesting.
I'm gonna begin casting mage armor on myself.
Sure.
Preparing for the worst.
There's nobody here. At least, right at this point, you don't see anybody. I'm assuming you guys are just near the watchtowers, in between the watchtowers, kind of looking at this first rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no people. It does look like a mess in here. It looks like this village was attacked.
Does it look like there's tracks in the ground of things that were running around and attacking?
You may roll me survival. Dan, do you have a first level character?
I could throw one together.
Yeah, go right ahead. I'll bring you in.
Sure.
I do not know much about these tracks.
All right. Yeah, you see lots of tracks on the ground, but it doesn't. With your skill and whatnot, is anybody trained in survival?
Nope.
I am not.
I'm not giving any information. So there are tracks. There are fresh tracks, you think, but you can't tell anything specific.
All right.
Do these rocks, they look like just normal catapult rocks, or does it look like there could have been some other force that could have possibly thrown them? I'm thinking maybe even magical. Do you want me to make an Arcana check, or?
You are aware of several spells that might have been able to do this, maybe one at a time. There's a spell called Catapult. But without more information, it'd be very hard for you to tell what did this. I mean, it looks like someone launched a bunch of rocks into the village.
All right, just making.
Maybe orcs or something.
Around here, more like goblins, but
They'd have to be pretty strong.
They don't have this level of accuracy.
I guess kobolds, but that's actually accurate.
All right. So It doesn't look like there's anybody kicking around, huh?
As you say that, you hear, you guys kind of perk up your ears, and from to the east of you, maybe 100 feet, and they haven't noticed you, you see two large, maybe dog-like creatures, but they're pretty big. I mean, dogs aren't usually this big.
All right.
And they seem to be eating something on the ground.
That doesn't look good. Now, the watchtowers, these doors are open, you said, right?
Yeah,
Like you said, like everything seems to be
everything seems to look abandoned.
abandoned. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So, looking at the map, the boulder's right by a door of this watchtower. So, is it open? Unopened?
It's open.
It's open.
Yep.
All right. I will tap the shoulder of the dwarf mage, and I said, perhaps we should get some heights and let the other folk investigate those dogs there, or at least get their attention.
Mm-hmm.
My idea is
So-
to gain some height at the top of the watchtower.
These are kind of gray furred beasts, but they're really big. Like they're like size of a pony.
All right. I suggest most of us get up on the
Oh,
watchtower.
Sorry. They're they're larger than horses. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong entry.
So they're bigger than dire wolves then.
Yeah.
All right. I suggest we all get off ground level for a moment.
All right.
I'm good with that.
So we'll go into the watchtower. We'll close the door. We'll toss something in front of it, or is there a lock mechanism or something?
Yeah, there's a lock inside, but it looks like it's not broken or anything. It's open.
All right. I suggest we all get upstairs and then say hello to these very large and probably dangerous creatures.
All right. Did you go in the south watchtower, right?
Yes, it makes sense that it's the closest.
Over here.
Yep, that makes sense.
All right, I'm down to do that.
Okay. Yeah, what's your character's name?
We'll call him Fiddlesticks for now.
All right, Fiddlesticks. What is Fiddlesticks?
You know what? I'll say.
Please tell me he's a bard.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say a rogue because
He's big at parties.
I haven't played a rogue in never. So.
All right. And race?
Halfling.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
So as you guys come into the south building, the last person feels a hand kind of push them further and thing, and the door kind of slams quietly shut, and you see a bar come down, and there's a small halfling that's like telling you to be quiet.
There's a halfling in here. Okay.
So Fiddlesticks, you've arrived just shortly before that, maybe like 5 minutes, and you got just inside the village to see that it's being like decimated with like boulders and some fighting, and you saw the two very large like wolf dog thingies in the middle square, in the center square, around 100 feet away from you, and you kind of hid in here as you heard voices and you realize it's these guys come in, and everybody's dressed like adventurers, so you're like, oh, okay, what's going on here?
All right. So, I guess you're not here to rescue me. But that's all right. I came to this town. I don't know. I think kobolds attacked or something. It's weird, but I think I heard some those weirdly big things over there, big dogs. I was gonna probably try to do some sniping, but I'm trying to figure out what I should do to scoot and run. But since you're all here, I think we got a shot.
Wayne, what's the scale on this map? Is it 5 feet or
10 feet.
10
feet
feet?
per square. Yeah.
Okay.
The tower you're in is about 20 feet tall, and it does have an exit to the top, so you guys can kind of sneak up on top and kind of look over the building.
Yeah.
And look down around and get a kind of a better view.
All right.
Well, we can't do anything from here.
I think we can.
Okay.
So we all, I tell the halfling, no, we did not come to save you, and you don't seem to be someone of interest, but yes, those dogs will tend to them.
Sound like a
So-
real winner.
You guys are going to go to the top of the...
Top of the tower.
All right. So from the top of the tower, beyond the two large things, and you kind of I'll give you some information in 1 sec. You see from the top of the tower, kind of just giving a glance around. It looks like the village was attacked. You can even see some of the boulders have smashed through the roofs of houses. Quite definitely, like there's like holes in some of the roofs. Number 8 and number 7, you can see that, and some of the houses are partially destroyed. You also see small figures inside some of the houses, like they're just kind of they're making not a lot of noise. They're kind of rummaging around, and occasionally you'll see like a head, like a kind of a brownish green head, kind of pop up and say something, and then pop back into the house. So far, you don't think they've noticed you, and with the ringing bell, which is coming from number 5, I believe. It looks like that's a temple or something. The ringing bell from there. That's right. It's really loud, so nothing has heard you so far. And when you gotta kind of get a better glimpse of these little figures, they're goblins. So the likelihood is the two large animals in the town square at number 3, they're probably wargs.
Oh, those are fun.
Yep.
Exciting.
They are eating something. You can't tell from this distance. You don't get a good view of it.
All right.
Right.
Do you want to call those dogs over?
I think with the 20-foot height, I think there's not much they can do unless they can climb the wall. And even then, at that point, we have wonderful array of allies here that I think it should be fine.
Do you think we should maybe be all in the same watchtower? Or do you want us to split up and go to the north one?
That actually sounds smart.
Yep.
That way, if something really bad happens,
We'll
have
split
it
our
all.
party half and half then.
All right.
Oh my God,
Who
we're
wants to go
already?
the north tower? Make me a
Oh,
stealth
crap.
check.
That
But you
means-
have advantage.
Sorry, you make a what?
You can make a stealth check. You have advantage from the noise.
Kazaa.
The armored dwarven wizard is going to stay put.
All right.
I will move then.
All right, I'll stay
Sounds
put
good.
then.
We'll split the mages.
All right.
But I say Fiddlesticks has already been here, so he's just like, oh, yeah.
Okay, so do you want me going to the north one then?
Oh, it won't be a bad idea. I think we have, we have a wizard going to the north one. I'm staying here.
Okay, I'll go to the north one too then.
Okay. All right. So you guys split up. You're about 100 feet away from the wargs.
All right.
What would you like to do? You will have to
Shall
try.
I get their attention?
How would you like to get their attention?
I say to my party, shall I get their attention?
Did you want to, like, just before, did you want to go in, like, guns blazing, or did you want to, like, try and see if we can, like, revive another?
I think he wants to snipe them from here.
Did we make sure the doors were shut, closed, and
The idea is that we shut them, lock them, and put something heavy in front of them.
yeah?
Basically, they don't lock per se, but they've got like one of those bars. So you just close them and you put the bar down on them. So
That should hold for a while at least.
yeah, they should probably hold for a while. It would take a little bit to bash those doors down.
All right.
All right.
Remember, you guys cannot contact each other. You can see each other and you can make some sort of random hand signals, but you can't talk to each other because the noise is actually quite loud and it's coming from each side.
All right. Well, it'll just kind of be just start firing, and
All right.
the other one knows what they're doing. So
All right, I will say the first two people who open up will have advantage on the attack. You know what? I'll give all of you guys advantage on your first attack.
All right then.
So choose your order, and then we'll roll it.
Fiddlesticks would like to take a shot.
I am completely out of range unless somebody wants to loan me a bow.
I've got a light crossbow if you want it.
Say again?
I've got a light crossbow if you need it. I probably won't be using it.
Yeah, I can shoot that.
All right, I'll give it to you then. You're in the south one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll give my light crossbow to you.
All right.
Rich, what are you wielding in the north here with me?
I have a light crossbow for range.
All right.
So light crossbow, you guys will be at long range plus advantage, so you won't be at disadvantage, but you'll have a normal shot.
Well, then in that case, Rich, why don't you hold your action for when they get into range? Or no, you would lose advantage, perhaps. Unless you
You might as well just take the shot.
Yeah, I might as well just take the shot. The advantage is going
Oh yeah, cancel out the disadvantage.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Fiddlesticks is firing.
It'll just be a straight roll because it'll cancel it.
Alrighty.
Arrow went wide for Fiddlesticks. So.
Okay, Fiddlesticks fires wide.
Oh yes, gotta learn how to do this.
If you guys want to use real dice, I don't really mind if it's faster for you. Let me see. I don't know your character's name. So
that was Tarek.
Tarek. Okay, so sorry, let me pull up the sheet that I have this in. 17 hits, 7 misses, 1 misses. Sacred Flame doesn't have enough range. I'm not too sure when you rolled that.
Sacred Flame. Oh yeah, Sacred Flame. I believe was only 60
or 60.
Yeah. Who else is shooting? So we got 1 hit so far.
For lousy damage.
All right.
Ray of Frost is out of range, so I'll have to wait until they get in range.
Okay.
I will be using Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You got
That's got
advantage.
range.
What?
You got advantage.
I have rolled 16 and 6.
16 hits.
16 plus 6.
That's fine. It still hits.
All right. D10. 7.
All right. So, bunch of arrows and blasts and all that stuff come flying out, and you think you hear a yep, and they both turn. They both look up and stare at you guys, and then everybody can roll initiative.
Excellent.
Or is there something on the character sheet to roll initiative, or?
Yes, usually you'll click on the if you have the character, click on the icon and then click the initiative on the character sheet.
My character sheet doesn't have correct stats at all.
I don't think I've got. I don't see an icon for it.
It thinks I'm a barbarian.
If you go
Oh crap! Never mind. Just take the first one there. This thing didn't scroll right away.
Oh, what was that? What did I just press? I didn't do anything.
It's been a long time since I played on Roll20.
All right.
Okay.
Annie, what's your character's name?
Vivian.
I'm missing one person on a.
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
No, you got everybody. Oh, the works. Never mind.
Jesse, what's
I'm
your
just gonna roll a
character's name?
d20.
Zephyr. Zephyr.
So, 20. 6, 10. 5. Manny, you need to roll initiative.
14 after a +2 dex mod.
Alright. And Zephyr?
That was a 9 for me.
9? Okay. You guys all still get to go first.
Yay!
Guys, I rolled pretty crappy. Alright. Tarek.
They're not charging in yet, so I'll take another shot with the crossbow.
Okay, you're at disadvantage because of range.
Oh, yes. So...
They've noticed you guys now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
So the 10 will probably miss.
Yeah, 10 basically clatters along the ground. Alright. Next up.
Yeah, I'll. If they're still out of range, I will just try and fire another crossbow bolt.
Sure. Disadvantage. AC 12. You see it kind of hits it and kind of like goes bing, and just doesn't seem to penetrate its eye.
Close.
Close. Vivian.
I found the dice.
Yeah, I'm still looking for that.
Actually, is there a chance to like wait until they're in range and then bonus action and attack?
You can ready just your action.
Because my idea was let them get in range and then hex.
You can do one thing. You can technically do one thing. So
yeah,
Fiddlestick's just gonna wait. He's just gonna react, and as soon as they get in range, he's just gonna fire. That's his whole thing. So.
Well, I'm in range. The whole idea was to get the extra damage. No, I guess you're right. I can only hold one action. 5th edition doesn't let you, I believe, reset your initiative to lower, does it?
Nope.
Willingly.
Nope.
All right, so I will just make my attack there.
Okay. Hit. AC 24 hits.
Is there a way to get another dice?
And 6 more damage. All right. You blast that one again. It kind of gets knocked back. It's not looking too good right now. It's not looking too healthy. Fiddlesticks, you're ready in action.
Yeah, ready. As soon as they get in range, Fiddlesticks will fire.
Okay. Zephyr.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold Ray of Frost until they get within 60 feet, and then I'm going to fire.
Okay. Okay. Let's see which one. That is the injured one. Wow. Bad rolls. Okay. So the injured one comes racing at you guys, barking all the way, but you can't quite hear the barking, at least not at this distance. So we've got 2 ready to action. So Fiddlesticks and Zephyr, I think your range is about the same, so go ahead and make a shot.
Okay.
That's the first one that comes in.
You go first. Go ahead.
16.
Yep.
And 9 piercing.
Still up. You peg it in kind of the shoulder, and it kind of starts limping and whatnot. And Ray of Frost. Hit.
17. Perfect.
Just enough. As it kind of starts going down and looks up, you hit it straight in the face with the Ray of Frost. It kind of like turns and slows and kind of turns into a statue as the other one races by it. Let's take a look at the speed. So at their speed, at double move, they kind of rush up, and it rushes up to. That's where the Ray of Frost comes from. North Tower, South Tower.
South.
South. All right. So you see it runs up and slams into the door, and you hear the tower just kind of rumbles a little bit. It's a big creature, and it looks up at you guys on the second floor. And top of the round, Tarek.
This time I'm going to hit him with a Ray of Frost as well. There's one that's wounded.
No, the wounded one is dead. It's been frozen into the hospital.
In that case, I'm just going to shoot the one that's left. 24 should hit, but it's only going to do 1 point of cold damage.
Okay. Next.
I will fire another crossbow bolt. How close is it now?
It's at the South Tower, so if you're at the North Tower, it's in like 20 feet away.
Okay, well in that case, I will cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. What's your DC?
DC is 13.
It does not manage. It's staring so intently up that you hit it. Roll damage.
Uh, 1d8.
Ouch. All right. As it's kind of pacing on the bottom, you can see a boom. This white flame kind of lick at its heels. It does not look happy. Vivian.
I will peg it with not much.
Boom! You smash. You make more rubble on the ground. Fiddlesticks.
Oh, pop up. Fire.
Yep.
And 12.
Same thing as before. Kind of like hits its high, but just kind of like snaps off.
And
Not quite good enough.
goes back down.
All right, that's fair.
All right, another ray of frost is
All
coming.
right,
13.
hit.
Cool. There you go.
And it's not looking too good right now. It's hurt. It's kind of like slowed down, but it backs up and tries to jump and get on top of the tower. It is pretty tall, so it might be able to do this. It backs up, takes a running start, and tries to kind of like jump up the tower. I need better dice. It lands in the tower, and you hear that as its claws are trying to get purchase on this like kind of stone wooden tower, and then it like slides back down and like barks at you guys. From this distance, you can hear the barking. And I'm gonna say you guys managed to maul it this round because you have 5 attacks. And I don't think you can get quite far enough away. So after another round of pew pew pew, you have another frozen pincushion statue on the ground in front. All right. What do you do? All of a sudden, it's silent except for the giant ringing of the temple bell again.
I'll probably try to huddle them close. I'm like, well, maybe we should get them last.
Now, where was the closest goblin head sticking out of?
That you could see. You think that you saw some in number 5. Like, there's definitely somebody in there in number 5.
Okay.
There's something moving around in number 8. You can kind of see them through the window. You're not too sure how many. Like, you really can't get a good view of that. And that's all you can get a good view of, like close by to you. You don't think 4A or 4B have anybody inside them, but you're not sure.
All right.
What? Yeah, I say we should get the ringing bell last. The bell's really good for cover. Or the bell's really good for cover.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna motion to the whole party to duck and get down and get out of sight. Because I don't have to say that. I just have to motion for everybody to go down.
All right. So I'm going to motion to in a circular fashion, but pointing south. Like, do we want to sweep around? Because you want to deal with the bell last.
I point to number 8 for you.
We want to get there first.
I don't plan on moving.
You want to try and snipe those friggin' goblin heads from there?
Well, he said we saw some through the window, so if you guys get down, I'm gonna blow them some love kisses in the form of 1d10 damage, and just pepper the windows until somebody sticks their head through.
Oh, the measurements on this map are probably not correct. I didn't line it up properly with the grid, so just so you know.
That's fine. It's close enough because that's 0. That's
You can also,
5.
yeah, we can count the squares.
Mm.
So that's 100 feet right there.
Well, that's yeah.
All right. Oh.
So I have the range. So if you guys motion and hide, they'll only see one innocent and non-armored individual up here.
Fair enough.
So long as you guys keep an eye on me, right? You'll see my motion for when I tell you to stand up.
Okay, so where is Emmanuel right now? Is he in the south or the north?
I'm right here.
He's in the north with me.
Who's me? I don't.
You would not
Goose.
have a very good view of number 8 because there is a building in your way, and if you think about the slope,
Doorway's there.
You can see you can see the front. That's fine. You couldn't really see anything inside. So if they went inside, you wouldn't be able to help them.
Okay,
No,
well,
that's fine.
actually, Fiddlesticks will probably go the rest
But
of us.
there's
Why don't we just go to the north right now? We can all talk about it. And then essentially, Fiddlesticks will try to doesn't have much strength, but try to block out the door and be like, "Come on, let's go to the north," and then we can all discuss.
so what's happening?
Oh, Fiddles is saying for us in the south tower to meet at the north, and then we do a quick plan.
You want to talk to them?
We need a plan. I don't know what they're doing.
I was motioning for you to get down.
So I
we can't talk.
point at you, and you can hear me whisper in your head.
Oh, what?
Why don't we head to the south, sweep around, and get all those before you start shooting light all over the town for whatever goblins are there? Why don't we sort of do a southward sweep and just circle around the whole thing, clear out what we so they don't come at us all at once.
That's not a bad
All right,
idea.
since I can't talk back to you, I'll just walk up towards
you actually can respond.
Yeah, you can respond to them.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to tell you, well, we have this lovely, defendable, 20-foot tall tower that the goblins won't have an easy time coming in. Right? So,
So
right
I
now,
look-
there doesn't
look
seem
down
to be
over
enough
the,
of them to be wandering around. There probably isn't that many in here.
So I look down at over the thing. Does it look like it would be that hard to get into this if you had like 5 or 6 goblins all slamming at one of these doors? I mean, granted, they'd have to run the gauntlet to get to the door, but does it look that as defendable as from your initial description? I didn't get the same idea that he did, so I just want clarification. That's all.
Let me get here.
Because if we can do that, sure, why not?
There's stone watchtowers to 20 feet tall with the roof enclosed by crenellations. Inside each tower is a wooden ladder. I would say it's a wooden door with a bar on it. So it's pretty solid, but it's not going to hold up to like a siege engine.
Well, yeah, if they have a siege engine, we have bigger problems. No, I mean, I think he's probably right. There probably aren't a lot of the goblins in here. Otherwise, we would have seen them. If we can draw them out, I think the implication, the impression I got was that you couldn't do it from the North Tower. But my only concern is if they see somebody shooting at them, are they going to rush right at us, or are they going to go get their buddies? I mean, goblins aren't the brightest things in the world, but they're not as dumb as dirt.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
I'm game either way. I'm just throwing out some ideas.
But if they want to really stay up there, then that's fine. Let's go explore and easier things to divide. So let's go while they play whatever they're doing.
Tell me what you're gonna do.
So why don't we start heading? Unless anybody has a really objection, start heading south and check the buildings, see if we can find any evidence of what happened here.
Okay.
All right.
Great. So
How do you start?
Alright.
Okay, so who's staying and who's heading south?
South Tower is going to explore the rest of the town while North Tower stays vigilant.
Okay. All right. So you guys start moving. I guess you're gonna. Which one you head to first? 4A or 4B?
4B is just is that just an open area or?
4B is a farmland, and then it's got a building beside it. 4A is just a building. It's just a house.
It looks untouched though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's check that one really quickly first.
All right. So as you guys get to the front door, I don't think you need a stealth check here. So when you get to the front door, you look in. It doesn't look like it was hit by a boulder or anything like that, but inside it has been rummaged and tossed and turned, like chairs, tables, everything's just kind of tossed in there. There's nobody inside, as you can see.
Okay. Can we open the door? Is the door unlocked?
Yeah, the door's unlocked. It's open. You kind of like peek inside, and that's what you see.
Okay.
There's nobody occupying that area.
Nobody's inside.
Okay.
There's nobody around here as well.
Okay.
That looks like if Fiddlesticks have time, he'll do a quick sweep of the house.
Looks like
Investigation or nothing there.
No, it's fine. It looks like someone's already been through and rummaged through this place. Like, not like they just tossed the place.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't appear to be anybody in here hiding.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Excellent.
So do we go south or go west first or east first? Go east, sure.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
in case we get jumped by something, they can at least see us and can still actually help.
That's a good point.
So basically, this was a little farm plus a farmhouse. The north side of the house has been crushed and destroyed by a boulder. You can see that kind of crushed in there. And again, when you kind of get inside, you kind of look inside. The door's open. It's also been ransacked, and the field here has been kind of stomped a little bit, and it looks like it used to grow wheat in here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing else in here.
All right. So we're gonna head south to that.
Looks like a windmill.
Yep, there's a windmill there.
Don't
Okay.
get too far, guys.
So windmill is number 10. All right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And I'll
It
kind
looks
of
like
motion.
the windmill might be just at the edge of your range.
Well, Fiddlesticks will just say, "Why don't we go around back?"
There is
Okay.
no, as far as you can tell, there's no back door to the windmill. It's coming from the northwest, and that's it.
Okay. Essentially try to enter from the back, so we're not, walking through the front here like, "Hello,"
You're basically just saying, let's go, yeah.
Where do you want to go?
We're just circling around just to enter from here.
Okay, yeah. So you come back around and do that. Okay. As you come up, you can see very clearly the path here is very muddy, and you can see fresh footprints here, small footprints here. Probably goblin.
Huh.
All right. Did you guys want to like press forward? Do you want to go and get back and get the rest of the party for this?
If we're coming up on people,
They sounded like they just want to stay at the tower. So
yeah, I'm suspecting.
They just want to.
I'm good either
Right.
way, but leaving players behind is that doesn't sound like fun.
Well, that's out of game. That's kind of why my character first idea was let's go all talk, but people seem that's set
Well,
up.
I was about to start opening fires. I'm just waiting for you guys to do a few things before I start.
Okay.
All right. Nope. Keep doing it. Let's go. Like I said, so we'll.
Just wait. How long does it take them to do all this?
We're
You need
sweeping.
about 2 or 3 minutes.
Uh,
It's really quick so far.
All right, because somewhere in that point, I would have shot an Eldritch Blast, a nice clear bolt of force into the window to see if I stir any attention.
you're talking about N5 here.
No, into 8.
Into
Thought he said he couldn't see. I thought you said you had no angle.
Yeah.
You can shoot into the second floor.
Which is what I was going to do, one to the door and one to the window, just to make it like a glass window breaks. Let's see who pops their head around to look.
Okay, so while they're searching, you're gonna blast number 8. Okay.
The idea is, boom, window breaks, somebody comes to investigate, no one, all right, boom, I knock the front door with a little bit of damage. Somebody might come out to see who, maybe threw a rock at the door. I'm prodding. I'm prodding to see if I can stir something.
Okay, so let me just check the ranges here. You're firing at that window. So you, as you guys are searching the houses, you see a thump, and you don't really hear the shattering of a window, but all of a sudden a window shatters. Okay. You wait a few minutes. You wait like a minute or two. Nothing happens, and then you fire at the door.
At the door.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make a perception check to see if they hear anything, but nothing happens.
Just for interest sake, how like tall are these boulders? Like, would we be able to take cover behind them in combat, or are they just too small for that?
They're embedded pretty deep into the ground. They're big, like they're probably like 3 or 4 feet across, but not quite enough to kind of take cover behind, unfortunately.
Okay.
Maybe the halfling could, but not a human-sized or a medium-sized creature.
Okay.
Okay, so Windmill, what are you gonna do?
So we heard the blast going off, or
You see the light, you don't really hear it because the bell is still ringing.
okay.
Random thing. Look around. If not, so take a look around there, and if you don't see anything, probably just still keep going because we're still out in the open.
Yeah.
Going to a windmill.
Yeah, the windmill. All you see is the windmill's not really moving, and there's footprints leading inside. That's all you see.
Can I try a survival?
Sure.
Alright. I see tracks.
There's footprints leading into the windmill.
Alright. So wait. What can what is Tarek? Is it your wizard or?
I am a wizard, but I am pretty well armored, so I'm gonna probably get close into things. But I've got a decent amount of spells and so
Okay.
forth.
And then myself, Tarek, and then who else is with the South? I don't know who's.
It's Zephyr. I'm a sorcerer. Got
Okay. So pretty much we're all kind of okay. Well then, Middlesex will motion for Tarek to kind of be the tank while the rest of us.
I'm gonna. I will go as stealthily as I can, which means not very, and try to get up to the door of the windmill.
Okay. There's no door. Hang on a second. Let's pull this up here.
There's a floor, Monty.
Okay. There's no door. It's just kind of doorway. Inside is dark and gloomy, and it's just got the gears and the millstone in there.
Okay.
You have dark vision, so it's not gloomy. It's not dark, but it's it's just a window. You don't see anybody inside. You see some strewn bags of flour and bags of and maybe some wheat that mostly been cut open.
Okay. Move in. Let's check this place out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you move in, maybe a perception check. Actually, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 10.
Well, unfortunately, you hear that a little too late as 2 arrows come flying at you from above your head. Okay. Advantage. AC 18?
18 will hit me.
And then second
I will. Can I use a reaction to shield, or
Yes.
am I?
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then I will do that.
Okay, so I'm guessing the second one will miss then. So
Okay.
as you see, like, you hear a and you kind of instinctively throw shield up and hear ping, 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 and you can see crawling around the rafters, there's 2 goblins up there with short bows laughing at you. Roll initiative.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, I should have cleared the roll initiative.
Was exactly the same for Fiddlesticks.
Okay,
Wasn't for me.
there we go. Alright.
And actually, no, so it was worse.
9. And Fiddlesticks is 5?
Yep.
5. Okay. And Zephyr. Oh, wow, Zephyr. 15. And I'm going to turn Vivian to 0. 0. Here we go. And. About 15. All right. Zephyr, you're first. You see basically Tarek kind of reach up and cast shield. And you see 2 arrows smash off his mystical shield. You're first. He's still standing in that doorway.
So like, are we in the windmill right now, or are we just outside of it?
You and Fiddlesticks are outside. Tarek is standing inside.
Okay, so I'm gonna get to a point on the hill of the windmill, and I'm going to try and get the attention of the party in the north tower. So like kind of just like wave and kind of point to the windmill.
Okay. Can I get Vivian and Kumas to roll me perception checks? Because Vivian is actually firing at the number 8, so just to see if they see you. Guys, hello?
Yep. What? Sorry, what's that?
I need you to make perception checks.
Okay.
Guys in the North Tower need to make perception checks.
17.
Okay. You see basically, Zephyr waving at you and pointing at the windmill. You don't know what happened, but that's what you see happening right now. Yeah. You see him waving and pointing at the windmill. Can't hear him, but Zephyr, I'll say that's a free action. I'll say that's a bonus action for you. That's what it is.
All right.
So is that gonna take up my action, or is it just like
Bonus action.
okay, bonus action?
I'll say that I think it's a bonus action.
Okay, so after I do that, and is there any way for me to see that they've got my attention? Or, can I see them looking my way, or no?
You're not sure. They're kind of far, and they're not making any obvious. They're not making any obvious moves yet.
All right. So after I'm gonna wait for a second or two, and then I'm gonna head into the windmill, and I'm going to, I guess.
Okay. You see 2 goblins up in the rafters. They'll have cover if you try to fire at them.
Yeah. So are they crawling along wooden beams, or?
Yeah, they're basically balancing on the beams and holding onto the beams and firing bows at you.
All right. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost at one of the beams and try and break it.
Okay, sure. Make me attack roll.
All right. 23.
All right, you hit the beam. The building seems pretty solid. After you hit the beam, it kind of slicks up a little bit. But the building seems pretty solid. It hasn't been damaged by a rock or anything like that. So you think it's going to take quite a bit to break that beam, and especially with cold damage.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not. Unfortunately, it's not going to do very much.
I don't have firebolt, so I figured I may as well give it a shot with what I have.
Yep. Alrighty. Goblins go. They're going to split their fire. So one against Tarek, miss, and one. I'm going to use different dice now. So their shots go wild, but they're both kind of as they're firing at you guys. And Tarek, your turn.
I am going to back out, or can I get cover myself in here somewhere? I'm
You can
assuming
fire-
that I can't close with them because they're up in the rafters.
Not unless you climb.
Yeah,
You could
I'm not going to try.
You could fire and back out.
Okay, so I will do that, and I think we'll just take turns sniping at them from the door frame or from a window or what have you.
There's no window, so it has to come. You have to be coming through the door.
Okay, so I will ping one of them. Wow.
Ray of Frost, they have cover. Hey, you hit!
Okay, for a point of damage.
All right. You kind of Ray of Frost. He kind of slicks up this part of his leg, and he kind of shakes his leg off. It's like, and you back out.
Yeah, get break line of sight.
Okay. And Fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks will move in.
Yep.
Fire.
Okay. Hit.
I think that'll hit. And then back out.
Okay.
They take 9 damage.
All right, and I think that's enough to take him out. It is. So as he's like, my leg, and you go, boom, and he kind of jabs into the bottom of his jaw, and like, and he falls up, smack with the ground.
And then she backs out, and then Fiddlesticks kind of gives like the Tarek like that the head nod, like yeah, one left.
All right. Top of round, Zephyr. There's one guy left.
All right, I'll peg him with a Ray of Frost.
Okay. Hit. Wow, you guys are rolling pretty good. All right, so you freeze this guy like he's like but he will fire at you because he kind of has no choice. I'm switching dice. AC 19.
Yeah, 19 will hit. AC 13 at the moment.
So you take 5 points of damage. 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Ouch.
Okay, ouch. All right, and Tarek.
Tarek will. Sorry, new character. I forgot the name already. Take a shot at him. Step out. Take a.
You step in, fire at him, hit, and you see his other leg freeze up, and he's like, "Uh-oh!" and he falls out, smack on the ground.
All right. Poke my head in. Anything else going on here? What the hell were they doing in here?
Nope. There's 2 dead goblins splattered on the ground.
Well, Fiddlesticks will go to our wizard, our sorcerer, and well, I hope one of the sightseers can help with that. And then Fiddlesticks will go inside.
Into the windmill?
Yeah.
Okay. You've got a windmill, some sacks of grain and flour, and 2 dead goblins with their short bows and falling down.
Okay.
Loot them, see if they've got anything, and then we'll
They
move
have
on.
pouches that hold. I don't remember what the rule is for when I have random treasure.
They haven't made an announcement for rolling on gold. I've
Yeah.
asked twice now in the LC's communication, but they just you're not supposed to roll gold. They usually provide a PDF with what is a predetermined roll.
Yeah, it's like there's like 1d6 copper each.
Yeah.
So, if it was me and I had to make a snap decision on it, I think I would say whatever works out even for the party.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll hold it in reserve. So
And
that's the
food amounts.
that's the only thing that's in the windmill. Guys, North Tower, are you gonna do anything? So far, you really haven't attracted any attention.
No, we haven't. So I guess the party is getting too far. It makes only sense that we catch up to them at this point.
All right. So I guess you guys all kind of convene at 2F.
Sounds like a plan. Well, we're heading there, and
All right. So 2F, a rock is destroyed. The roof of this tower collapsing about half of it, and so everything except for the wall is kind of basically collapsed in.
So, which direction was all this stuff coming from?
All over.
Looks
the
like it
place.
destroyed the. Looks like it was shot from the inside.
A dwarven stone knowledge might know more.
I'm just
Investigation.
looking at it. Looking at the map, it does look like the outside of the wall is untouched, and it's the inside. So they would have had to have pitched. They're either shooting from inside the wall, or that's a hell of a range on the catapult.
Taking a look around, it's basically there. The destruction comes from all different directions. Like it's being like.
Hey, Wayne.
Yep.
If you look at the map and if you read, all the boulders. I'm not to argue, but all the boulders should be coming from above.
Is it above?
It's above.
Hang on. I think you might be right.
They're all being.
Actually, I can envision a way that it's not, but that's.
No. Actually, no. He is right. He is right.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember reading this part. Okay, so everything looks like it was dropped.
All right, so we're probably putting that together at about this point.
Yeah. So now that you're getting this idea, it looks like everything was dropped straight from the sky. So there's some bouncing around and whatnot, but basically, someone literally hailed boulders onto the city because there's nothing else around.
Essentially, not the type of pattern we would expect if these all had been catapulted.
Yeah, pretty much. I forgot. It says rain down there. All right. Okay. Yeah, 2F is destroyed. Where do you want to go?
Well, I just say let's keep going.
Yeah, seems like a good idea to me.
Just keep
this trend going until we've cleared the area of goblins, and then we can sort of regroup and see what else is going on.
That's fair. Let's stay close to the wall then.
All right, so 11 or 4H?
or
4H.
yeah.
All right. So,
As a party, we'll notice that there's a broken drawbridge, and that's a greater hassle than first exploring the village.
yeah, you'd have to jump over that gap. It's almost 20 feet. So, 4H. That's all. I'll read out what happens at 11. So, 70-foot long, 10-foot wide sloped bridge connected the village to the keep. However, about a 15-foot section has been destroyed. You need to jump over it, and it's much more difficult because you have to run uphill than jump. Okay.
So we may want to try to find some stuff that we can construct something to drop on top of it.
Yeah, you may need something, but right now, probably not. Probably doing that while everybody's attacking is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Excuse me. All right, let me just make sure. Yeah, I just need to check where this is. Sorry, I'm just checking one thing. Okay. Oh. Okay. Cool. Okay, so you're at 4H, right?
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
So this building is being mostly destroyed, and as you approach, the door is actually destroyed by this boulder.
Okay.
Okay. Poke around in there.
There are no, but as you approach, you can see at 4G, exactly where 4G is there are two goblins there. But they haven't noticed you guys because they have pumpkins over their heads, and they are running around trying to knock each other over. They literally cannot see you because they have pumpkins on their heads. And
So we could walk right up to them and
I would say you still have to stealth up because they can still sort of hear, but you get advantage.
Yeah, because the ringing bell would cause trouble.
Ringing bell would cause trouble, and the fact that your head is inside of a pumpkin would probably cause some trouble.
Fiddlesticks will probably pull up a hand and just kind of get out the bow. And if we're already here, Fiddlesticks will probably just go there. And if we're assuming that they're running around the yard, just kind of
Give me a trivial stealth check with advantage.
Sure.
You know, sir, I will do that for you.
Is that for everybody or just him?
He's the only one moving up. So you guys are basically at the crossroads and about to head to 4H when you notice these two goblins like kind of smashing each other. Nobody has. They have not noticed you. You can hear laughter from like from inside these pumpkins, and once in a while they'll like run full tilt at each other, kind of like and like knock over, and like they're kind of like or like stagger back, and they'll adjust the pumpkins back onto their head, like and then like kind of search each other out again.
Okay.
All right.
Fiddlesticks are just gonna draw an arrow, wait, and then fire.
All right, advantage on the attack.
When he fires, I think we would all press the fire.
Fiddlesticks just kind of waits, waits, and like after they clash and as they get back out, one goes away, fires, kind of hits through one of them right to the pumpkin. I'm assuming.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's dead, but go ahead and roll your sneak attack, double advantage.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God, rogues.
Who needs an assassinate?
So basically,
Killed him
you
twice.
aim, and as one of them bounces back towards you, you kind of, and it goes into the back of the pumpkin, and he just falls over. Pumpkin's like pinned to his head. The other one has not noticed, and he's like, and he's like looking for the other guy now.
And then I'll look at the others behind me and kind of like shrug,
Not
like
noticed, so
if no response,
no.
do it again.
I make the motion. It's all yours.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I failed my perception roll, so go right ahead. You can fire again.
Okay.
Advantage on the big attack. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. So.
That also hits.
Yeah.
And the second one drives through the pumpkin in the front. It cracks open, and you see you've hit him right through the nose. And he kind of stares at you for a second before falling over.
And then I'll shrug and I'll calmly walk over and try to recover some arrows.
Okay.
And then look at them over.
All right. So as you get,
I'm pretty sure that one arrow is like a permanent part of that goblin.
Yeah.
I don't know until you try. Besides, since no one's walking, I get first dibs on looting if they have anything.
you
Probably
go over to where 4G is approximately, and you think, make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Sure. Okay. I mean, I passed a 14, but that's cool.
Yeah, okay, so you don't notice that. So that's fine. Yeah, they've got, there's a sack lying on the ground beside them. Looks like they got caught up in doing this. Inside contains 4 copper, 3 silver. There's another sack of loot, pipe, stuffed teddy bear, and a box of 3 anti-dragon cards. Okay, whatever. Yeah, just some random loot that they were looting before they got caught up in the game of knocking heads with pumpkins on them.
While he's checking the dead bodies, I'll start poking around in 4H because I think we want to keep moving.
All right, so it's 4H.
We'll go along with you.
Okay. Looks like this, on first glance, it looks like everything's being tossed, but you realize it's probably just because of the boulder that fell in the house, that it's in this disarray. No one had actually searched this house yet. In the collapsed section where the boulder is, you can see, looks like one person was underneath the boulder when it fell. So you can see like blood. There's been a blood pool. It's not moving anymore. Another person was, looks like another person was killed when a bookshelf fell over, and so it was an elderly, looks like an elderly man who was there. most of this house is, wax seals, jars of ink, and scrolls and books. So it looks like that was their profession because there's a lot of them.
Ooh.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's collect some of this stuff.
All right.
Indeed.
So as you guys start searching, make me investigations. Sorry, investigation checks as you investigate. Oh, good
Give me
investigation.
1 second here. Wait,
You rolled
yeah,
a d10.
no, I rolled a d10. That's not what I want. There we go.
Okay. So as you guys are searching around, you find scrolls, pens,
Ooh.
documents, and there's also a money pouch. So I'll mark down that you guys got that. And as you kind of start looking through the cupboards, you can see some things moving around inside. It's very small. It's maybe the size of maybe a mouse, and it's not. It's strange. It's behind stuff, and every time you look, it's almost like it's actively hiding from you, but it's not running away from you.
And what
See
did you
if we
say it
can-
looked like?
You don't know. You haven't got a good view of it. You haven't got
Okay.
a good view.
So
of
something is avoiding detection.
Let's see if we can coax it out. Maybe put some food out to coax it out.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a
Pantry.
dish? Or I was going to say a dish on the floor or whatnot, indicating that they might have a pet.
There is.
So I'll put some kibble in the thing and slide it across. And then don't look at it because animals don't like it when you look at them. You look over there, just ignore it.
So as you kind of put it out, you can hear fluttering, and as you look, there's something in the rafters now. And as you look, you see two like it's dark up in the rafters, so you can see two glowing eyes looking down at your whole party.
Okay.
Like not glowing eyes, as in reflecting, like like cat eyes. And as you look closer, you see kind of a brown auburn-colored cat with wings.
With wings.
With wings.
That's different.
All right. Nature check to try to figure out what type of creature it is.
Sure. You've heard of these animals before. They are called tressums. They are very valued as familiars. This one, however, does not seem to be responding to you, just staring at you. It doesn't seem afraid of you, but it does not seem friendly. It's not quite friendly to you yet.
Okay.
I guess see if we can
So
try
I
to
ask him. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I ask you. Do you know what that is? And if you don't, I tell you what it is.
Okay, so eventually I figure out what it is. Cool, I've heard of them, I guess. See if we can coax it down. Maybe it's maybe we can use it to find out what happened here.
As far as you can remember, they understand common, but they don't speak.
Oh, well, in that
Okay.
case, I will speak to it directly in common and ask him if he can give us any indication of what happened.
It tilts its head, and then it looks straight up.
Straight up.
Like straight up. Like it's not looking at the ceiling. It's looking looks like it's looking past. Like it's trying to communicate with you in somehow, but it doesn't speak. But it's intelligent. It seems like it understood you. And then it looks at the two dead the two dead humans. Well,
All right. I ask him if those were its caretakers or friends.
It walks along the rafters above you and kind of stares down at you, and you think it nods. You think so.
See if we can pull these bodies out like we're gonna do something.
Let's
with
give
them.
some respect to the people here. They were at least intellect types, some sort of sophisticated people. So the two of us would respect that sort of profession.
All right. So with some and hawing and some, a lot of pressure, you guys can move the boulders, move them enough so that you can lay them down at least out on the floor properly.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, let me just do this. So, whoever wants to, you can make a persuasion roll, I guess.
Sure.
Does it understand you? It's the animal handling, but. Yeah, Fiddlesticks, you come by and you see them like moving bodies around and looking around.
What are we doing? What are y'all doing?
Trying to see if we can get this this cat down that probably knows something about what's been going on.
So you
Cat?
looked up, there's a cat with wings walking around the rafters.
The gentleman who had spoken to me in my head.
Yes.
That is. Which
right, that
is
was me. I could try to do the message to the cat. Try to let it know that, well, if you come with me, I'll keep you safe, and we're taking care of these nasty goblins that are running all around.
Okay, make me a persuasion check, but you get advantage.
Okay. Persuasion. 19.
So for a long while, this cat is staring at you. And after a moment, after like a good 30 seconds, you see images flash in your head. Not quite speech, but like emotional images. Like it was quite. You can see that from its view. You can see the two owners because you've seen them on the ground. They were, and you could feel a sense of this cat. It's a she. It's a buff. I need to check that. Yeah, it's a she. You feel this keen intelligence, like she understood her owners. She was, but when these goblins, when the sky starts falling boulders, she's very afraid and she's very, very sad, and she's a little bit scared of people, especially anybody.
Especially anybody.
Especially anybody.
Right.
But
I suggest that she sticks with us, and we'll keep it safe. And maybe we can figure out what happened and do something about what happened to her people.
Okay. So it's enough to. She doesn't come close, but she seems to relax a little bit around the rest of you now.
We also tell her that if she doesn't want to follow, she can stay here. We can come back for her after we go to some more dangerous spots.
Okay.
She believes it's safer to be here.
Fiddlesticks will be kind of scouting already, and
yeah, we should move
checking
on.
out this area as well.
So as you guys leave the house, you see her. She's on the roof now, watching you guys, like kind of keeping hidden. All right, so I guess you go to 2E next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fiddlesticks will just give a perception, kind of peek around while they're talking to the cat and see if he saw anything.
Okay, 2E. There's somebody inside.
Oh.
The door's ajar. There's somebody inside, but you don't have a good view.
Okay. Well, Fiddlesticks will, if he can get someone's attention, and then we'll try to move quietly towards 2E with his bow out.
All right.
Tarek will take position here, at the corner of 4H, which should be within Ray of Frost range.
Sure. I will have Fiddlesticks make me a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
The door's closed, and there's still the ringing of the bell. Okay, no problem. You get there, the door's ajar, you peek in, and there are two goblins, both... yeah, you guys can... As soon as the door opens, you guys can kind of get a shot, but before the doors open, you get nothing. Yeah, no problem. So you peek in, and you see two goblins. They're kind of going through the stuff in this watchtower. You don't think they've noticed you.
Okay.
Both of them are carrying sacks, and they're looking pretty full. The sacks look pretty full.
Fiddlesticks will kind of eye it, and essentially, since they're still unaware, get out a bow and fire, and then afterwards kick the door open and essentially move away so everyone else can run in there and do stuff.
All right. I'll say you get advantage on this shot, so go ahead.
Wow, that was terrible.
Wow, that was terrible.
Must have hit like the sacks of gold, essentially.
So basically, you fire and you hit the sack. You hear the clink, 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 and they all turn around as you kick the door open. And I'll have you guys roll initiative now.
Sure. What about the held actions?
I'm gonna say they didn't get to go off because he's like if he had shot and gotten a clear shot, I would say you do. But because he botched the roll, unfortunately, I'm gonna say that open the door is kind of like he's just kind of like throwing the door open and they're already noticing you guys, so it's ready.
Yeah, that's totally cool. Yeah, like I said, kick door open and I kind of try to back out like there.
Yep.
But anyways, initiative 16.
16.
Ooh, natural 20.
Christ.
All right.
Oh, I'm going tomorrow.
Eric. Steph here is at 4.
How do you... Is there a button just to click for initiative that I see Tarek hit initiative there?
I have it in my character sheet, and if
okay.
you click the word initiative, it'll roll
Right.
it.
Like you guys, I didn't give you guys tokens on the map, so you guys can't roll into the turn order. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
That's kind of cool.
Vivian, you want to go before Fiddlesticks or after?
Does not matter to me. Fiddlesticks is physically there, so that's fine.
Okay. I got one more initiative to go. I can't remember whose character is. Rich, is that your character?
Sorry, which one?
Yeah, you roll initiative?
Oh, jeez. I rolled it. Oh, no, I'm dead last.
All right.
Wow, you got worse than me, jeez.
All right, Tarek, the door's being thrown open.
Okay. I have.
They'll still get some cover, but you can hit them.
Okay. Actually, I saw him do the motion of 2, and I have great faith in Fiddlesticks's his shot ability.
Yep.
So as soon as he takes the shot and kicks the door, I'm probably hoofing it towards the door, and I'm going to hold my action by the side of the door, try to get a little bit of cover, but hold my action. And the first one that comes out, I'm going to hit him with my staff.
All right, no problem. Fiddlesticks, let's say Fiddlesticks, you're on the east side, and then Tarek, you're on the kind of the north side, of the door.
Okay.
Fiddlesticks will essentially go back in and take a shot.
All right, go ahead.
And then back out. There we go. Yeah. 8.
All right, you peg him in the stomach. He's like, and he falls over. One left.
And then I'll give a thing of 1.
Okay, Vivian. All right, then let's. Okay, I'm going to skip Vivian for a second. I think he just went to get a drink. The one goblin kind of dives for cover and takes out his bow and fires at Fiddlesticks, who will also have cover. Let's see if I even roll decent. No, I don't roll decently. So you see an arrow kind of fly out the door, and just kind of impale in the ground there. Zephyr.
All right.
He's got cover.
I guess I'll move into like line of sight.
Yeah, you got line of sight from where you are,
Alright.
but he's just kind of behind some cover.
Okay. And I'll just throw a ray of frost at him.
Okay, make your attack. Wow. Zzz. So as he kind of like pokes his head up to look and see how many people peg him in the eyes, and
All right. Anyway.
he's like, "Oh my nose!" And Kophis. Rich.
Hmm. How bad's he looking?
His face is frostbitten, but he seems okay so far.
I think he needs to eat a sacred flame.
Okay.
That'll warm him up.
Unfortunately, I did make the save on that one. So as
That doesn't do much to him then.
Trying to like warm up his nose again, he hops away. Just as you throw your sacred flame up, and he's like, "Whoa!" We need Vivian to attack.
We give him advantage on his next on his turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
And as he kind of avoids that thing, he steps right into the black. Boom! And he pauses for a sec as a hole opens up in the back of his head, and he falls over. So, inside those two treasures, the 2 sacks of treasure, some stolen utensils, 3 vials of perfume. The others has a stuffed bloodhawk and a battered copper flagon emblazoned with the grinning visage of a
what? I'm sorry. The background noise is kind of making it hard to hear.
Basically, there's a little bit of treasure in there, not a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you guys are at 2E now. Where do you want to go?
We've already seen 4G, right?
We have not.
We haven't searched it, but that's probably the best, the next place to go.
Yeah, you have not searched it yet, but you did kill the 2 guys outside.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we go there then?
All right, cottage. This little home is ransacked already, so probably nothing of value inside. Looks like they ransacked and went out in the back and started playing Pumpkin Smash. Well, what you do?
Keep moving on. Should we check? Should we go to 4F or to 9?
Why don't we stick to exploring the
Stick to the wall.
outskirts first,
Okay.
and then we can move inside as we kind of clear the area out from like around the walls, so we don't get
Well, actually, from 4G, the less detectable path is probably to go straight up to 9. It takes less ground to cover.
Don't matter. Let's go.
Yep, that works for me.
Sure.
So as you guys kind of crawl around and take a look, there is a shield, like shield as not as in the physical shield, but as a sign. It is the stylized golden lion. It's the symbol of the Lion Shield Coaster trading company. The door so this is basically probably a trading post, and the door hangs open, and you can hear a ruckus coming from inside. Like there's movement and there's stuff happening inside.
So
Alright. Quietly motion for everyone to get to either side of the door and somebody take the window.
Okay. So as you
I guess.
I'll have everybody roll me stealth, please, with advantage.
For me, that'd just be a straight roll, I think.
Yep,
Yeah.
same for me.
Fine.
Yeah. I am a dwarf.
Getting that I can freaking do the skill on the character sheet.
2. Damn that disadvantage. Or, wait, no, straight roll. Straight roll.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Never mind, I am fine.
what's Tarek wearing?
So
Tarek is
roll-
wearing a breastplate.
Oh, okay. Usually they don't give penalties on it, but
Oh,
there it is.
Tarek does not. Breastplate does not have a penalty.
oh, okay. Well, I rolled an 8 and a 6 anyways, so
Yeah.
So not a big deal.
yeah.
Okay, so as you guys look inside the door in the front, there is a small goblin rummaging through everything, making a huge noise. He's just throwing, and this is like a trading post, like a general store. So there's stuff all over the shelves, and he's just knocking stuff down, and you hear and some smashing stuff, and he's just stuffing his backpack. Hang on a sec, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm actually going to grab a drink as well.
That's a good idea. Right back.
Yeah, me too. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I'm back. I do have my daughter in my hands, so I'll be a little slower to type.
I understand that.
All right. So what do I want to do? He has not noticed you guys.
Well, if
I'm going to try and take up a position by the window.
Yeah. Okay. The windows are not smashed. Only the door is open.
Okay. So I guess we just see the one goblin in there. Then?
There's only one goblin, and from what you can hear, he's the only one making noise. So there's no one else making noise inside.
Okay.
idea I'll probably throw up to them is like take one alive, and then if everyone agrees to that, then I would try to essentially sneak in and smack him with the rapier and with the, pop on the head and then try to knock it out.
Okay, you can do that. Make me another stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
I know this is kind of stupid, but still.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you sneak up behind him. Go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
Wow, that was freaking terrible. Okay.
I got about 10 this time.
Just as you try to smack him over the head, he turns around and goes, "What you for?" And you swing, and it clips him in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody can roll in it.
When they get back.
Unfortunately, you miss.
Yeah, I figured I would since I rolled 2 sevens.
Are you rolling initiative then?
Yeah, roll initiative.
Alright.
I'm sure on my turn, then I will rock it with yep, I will do a super high number. Probably what I needed in the first place.
Okay, and I will miss one more initiative. Rich? Rich, are you there?
He might not have been back yet. That's why I was waiting for everyone else to pop in, but it worked.
Well, okay, Fiddlesticks, you can go first.
Okay.
Rich is before you then.
Okay. Then I will try to attack it with a rapier to
Okay.
knock it out. Wow, my rolls are terrible. See, if I had a 1, I could do a reroll. But yep,
All right, so you miss, unfortunately.
that's fine.
And he kind of jumps back from you, drops his. Actually, he will swing his backpack at you because it's full of stuff.
Okay.
AC 17.
That'll hit.
Okay, he does 4 points of damage as he hits you with the backpack. Oh man! You hear the clattering and stuff of like a very, very full backpack smacking you.
Okay.
Let's see. Tarek.
I will run up to him and try to hit him.
All right.
You can ignore the spell part of this.
Sure.
19 to hit, 6 points of bludgeoning, and someone's at take him alive. So if it drops him, I'll make it non-lethal.
Okay, so you smash him, and you see he's like bleeding badly from this like gash in his head where you hit him. Like, oh my head. Who's next? Zephyr.
So we want this guy alive, I guess?
Someone said take him alive.
Fiddlesticks threw an idea of like should we take one alive? But
Oh, okay. It wasn't actually said. All right.
Yeah, I kind of get the question, but we kind of just went through it. So.
Alright, so I'm positioned at the window. If I were to kind of take my elbow and just smash in the window, would that be a full action, or would that be like an object interaction kind of thing?
I'll give you as an interaction. That's fine.
Alright, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to look in the window and cast Ray of Frost at the goblin.
Okay. You hit.
Wait. Do again, maybe.
All right. And as you do that, he steps into your ray of frost, and he freezes like a popsicle. Unfortunately, he is dead.
I just kind of like massage my jaw. I'm like, well, maybe we should keep one of them alive. Find out what the hell.
I'm sure there are more around the town.
Not just something that we can all think about.
Yeah.
And just look at what the guy has.
So basically, this whole store has basically anything you want from a player's handbook that's 10 gold or less within reason. Like, you don't buy don't take 10,000 items or something like that. But it's a general store
So
basically.
take a couple of whatever.
Yeah, take a couple of whatever you want. That's 10 GP or less. That's what he was looting. Okay.
Since I just dropped it, I could not care less. Like, okay, cool loot, and then next. Actually, so on the one I got hit. What about where was the sorcerer? Like, cause you took like 5 hit points.
Yeah, I'm like outside right now. I just kind of smashed in the window.
Okay. Do we have a cleric or no? Because for me, I don't care so much because I'm the back, but I think you got a pretty big.
Rich is a cleric?
Yeah.
Which section are you gonna go next? D or F?
DEF sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to go through these a little quickly. D is empty. It was a potato farm, potato and turmeric farm. The cotton was not damaged by the rocks, but basically it was cleared out. Ready? E. Basically, okay, for E, this was a house is a little smaller. It was for halflings. It was sized for halflings. There was a bunch of stuff. And what's everybody's passive perception?
14.
15.
15. Okay, 15 is good enough. There's a hidey hole under the loose floorboard that you kind of notice. Everything got kind of shook up. And there's a herbalism kit, antitoxin, and some gold.
Nice.
And
Herbalism kit sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
for F, there's no damage to this house, but the door is locked.
Okay.
Looks like. Let me see. Can anybody speak Infernal?
I can.
There's a script written on the front of the door. Let all who enter this home without the consent of its owner burn for 99 years in the depths of Nessus and freeze for 1,000 more in the icy wastes of Cania.
Alright, I'll relay the information to the party.
Sounds like my first marriage.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing.
The door is quite sturdy. Like, it looks like a little sturdier than the rest of the village, and it is locked.
Are there windows around the house? Maybe you could look inside.
There are shutters over the windows, so they're probably just as strong as the door.
Okay.
They're like heavy wooden shutters.
Pill 6 will be well. See if we could try to get our way in there, but do we really want to bother? Looks like the goblins and bother are trying to secure it. We could just save it for later.
You can see that there's some damage to the door, like someone trying to smash their way in, but then not succeed.
Why don't we keep exploring for a bit and we can come back to this place?
Yeah, Fiddlesticks just not for that, because all the fun, no one has been there yet, so we can go back to it. So then...
Well, and if we give it a good walk around, does it look like anybody? No windows, no holes, no nothing?
The windows are all shuttered shut.
Okay.
It does look like someone tried to break in, but did not succeed very well. You can try to pick the lock if you want.
Fiddlesticks can if everyone really wants to get in, sure, but Fiddlesticks is more like, let's secure this place, this whole town first.
I'm comfortable with either plan.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe we should leave it for later, and also my alignment kind of tells me maybe we shouldn't try and break into this place. It's so badly guarded.
Fiddlesticks does with like a leisure time, but to do it. But anyways, 2D sounds like our next destination, unless.
All right, so 2D stealth checks, everyone.
All right.
I'm just gonna assume you're trying to stealth around. If you don't,
Yes.
you know.
Wow, that is terrible.
You just still get advantage though, because it's pretty loud still.
Oh, even better.
Let me actually do this.
Oh God.
Oh,
All right.
I'll take my first one.
Okay.
Well, that was a straight roll for me, so that's still a nat 1.
Let's see. All right. So as you approach, who's looking? The door to 2D is slightly ajar.
Okay.
Who's looking in?
Fiddlesticks will try to peek in.
Okay. And as you peek in, an arrow flies out the door at you. You still get 3/4 cover,
Okay.
but I get advantage. +4 AC 19.
That'll hit.
+5 to your AC though.
+5. It would just be 19 then.
Okay,
You would
so
just-
as you peer in, this arrow catches you in the cheek and deals 5 points of damage.
All right. I
What
am
you
at 1
see is
hit
the
point.
goblin basically looks like someone that had heard you guys and had fired the arrow as you looked in. Initiative.
All right.
Let's get some good initiatives. And let me see where I go. Looks like I'm going second. Oh, well, yeah, it looks like I'm going second last. All right, Zephyr. The door's closed. You see Fiddlesticks kind of stumble back as an arrow flies out. It cuts him pretty badly in the face. He's bleeding from it. What do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna kind of I put my back against the wall, near the door. And,
Okay. Yep.
Fiddlesticks, where are you? Are you just have you backed off from the
Yeah.
door?
Well, the more likely I'm probably at the door just when I got shot, and then you're probably just running. You're moving in.
Yeah. So you did you back off after you got hit, or
It's literally just happened right now, so I'm probably still at the door. I haven't had a chance to move away or anything, so I'm probably just at the door. I just got hit. So this is everyone. You're reacting right now. So.
Okay. So then I'm going to hold a ray of frost until they decide to make an appearance.
Okay. Yeah, from your angle, you can't see anybody at the moment, so you would not have to wait till at least the door's open. Tarek, you're next.
Move up to the door and ready in action to cast a spell with my staff when the first one steps out.
Okay, no problem. Fiddlesticks.
All right. Well, Fiddlesticks will kick open the door then. What does he see?
All right. Behind a bunch of like little crates and stuff like that, there's a female goblin holding a bow.
Nope. Fiddlesticks will fire.
Get my treasure, you.
And doesn't care. Will fire.
Yep.
Sees her monologuing and decides to reply in kind for 7 points.
You won't get it. I'll just. Okay, and she dies.
Well then.
Fiddlesticks will then walk over to our heavily armored type. You got something for this? And point to his cheek.
All right. I'll just say you search the tower. There's the goblin had a silver locket worth 25 GP, and it's got a small painted portrait inside of a rosy-cheeked halfling.
Right.
Yeah, Fiddlesticks is not rosy-cheeked anymore, at least right now.
All right, what are you gonna do? You got a couple of things left. 7.
Just continue doing what we're doing. Sounds like the best thing to do.
Does Rich have anything to heal, or are we just on our own for healing?
No. Who needs what?
Fiddlesticks has only 1 hit point left.
Oh, jeez.
And
Yes.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, I think Fiddlesticks could take a cure wounds, probably.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay. So D8 or
So who's going to roll
Oh.
it? What's your spellcast?
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, you just gave me the spell card. I'm like, okay.
My bad. Seven.
Thank you. All right, I am at 8, so I'm pretty good.
Did I not set that up right? Is there a way for it to actually show the value in the card or no?
Yeah, essentially in the character sheet, you just drag the spell. I don't know what character sheet you guys are using. Ideally just drag it into it, and then it should auto-calculate when you cast a spell. Or it'll ask you what level, and then it typically roll it out for you.
Huh. Okay, so I think I set this up wrong.
No, actually, what to do is go on to into the spell book, and where the spell actually is in the text where it says equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability, just change that to square bracket
Oh, okay.
d8 plus 3 close bracket.
That's a square bracket?
Yeah, try that. See if that works.
Okay.
2 sets.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yep.
Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to fix that on the other stuff then.
All right, give me a sec, guys. I'm just gonna check what your next thing is. Number 7 is a stable house. It's got a gigantic hole in the ceiling. Let's see, 7. Yeah, so 7 is a stable.
Okay. Fiddlesticks will try to be sneaky.
Okay.
Try is the opportune word. Oh.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna go into the front door.
Stable. Yep. There's a front door. Just see if
There's
I
a
can-
door. There's a door on the south side, and there's a double door, like the stable door, on the west side. Which one do you want to enter?
south side.
South side. Okay. So you enter from the south side. pretty quietly. And you walk in. There are 5 draft horses and 5 riding horses inside the stalls. There's a giant boulder in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And make me a perception check.
Sure. Wow.
Nice.
You hear very, very quiet noises from the second floor. You can't see anything from here, but you can hear noises from the second floor.
If I can, I'll wait until I see anyone coming up, and I'll try to do the sign. I'll try to do like a halt, and then point up.
Okay. So you guys looking from the outside, you see Fiddlestick stop, kind of look upwards, and kind of start pointing upwards. You guys all kind of pause and freeze for now.
Okay.
So you don't hear anything what he hears because he's hearing from the inside, but he seems to be convinced there's somebody upstairs. The loft is 2 stories.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the stable is 2 stories. If you look on the 7 on the side. What do you want to do? You can't see anything, and you don't hear movement. You just hear like quiet talking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds like we should go on up, guys.
The loft can only, unless you want to climb the building, the loft can only be reached from the west side. Like you have to climb the side of the building. Oh, okay, baby. Okay, baby. Sorry, guys. Baby crying. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well,
This is the stable, right? We're guys.
yep.
Yep.
Stable number 7.
Yeah, essentially it's the upstairs, so we have to.
There should be ladders inside.
The ladders are on the west side.
Mm-hmm.
Which is out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
And we are on what side?
South.
Outside.
Southeast.
That brings us really close to that building number 8 where we think a bunch of them might be.
Well, do
Well,
we
there
want...
seems to be a window up on the east side completely.
Yeah, there is. You have to climb up. It's on the 2nd floor.
If I move over to east of the inch east of the building, would I be able to get a line on anything in there or no?
Not from the ground floor. Like it wouldn't. You would be basically if you look through that window, opening.
Okay.
It's not really it's not a window. It's an opening. You would be basically looking at the ceiling from the ground.
Okay.
Floor.
All right.
If you can get elevation, sure. But without
Have we
elevation,
checked out 2D yet?
sorry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I got shot in the face with an arrow.
Okay. What if we went upstairs in there to see if we could see in through the window that way?
Sure. So you kind of climb up 2D. I'll just do this quickly. You climb up 2D. You can see kind of some part of the north side. You don't see anybody on the north side of the loft.
Okay. All right. Worth a check.
Good shot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we can go, or you can motion me to come back, and we'll just ignore it for now, because it seems like
I think we should take care of this.
Yeah.
Fiddlesticks is hanging out waiting for you guys.
I'm gonna go around and enter via the
Well,
What could happen?
like I'm wearing
What's the worst?
chainmail.
We think somebody's upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I'm wearing chainmail and I've got a shield. I could hold up my shield and peek around the main entry.
Taking the dodge action.
Yeah.
Sure. You do that. If you say it's clear, I'll walk in.
I will as well.
All right. So I'll be right back.
I'm gonna-
So you guys are coming up to the front with me then?
Yep.
Okay. So I will do that. I will step within sight of the open doorway, holding my shield up and taking a dodge action.
All right. We'll just wait for Wayne to come back.
Mm. Yep, that's the plan.
How's everybody?
Fine. I gotta leave in about 12 minutes. So. Oh, we don't have any frontline fighters, do we?
Not really.
No, I think the cleric and the wizard are the best well armored.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
I've got the highest AC.
I get armor next round or next level.
Okay, yeah, no. Okay. I looked at the character sheets and I saw
armor on me if somebody wants to use it, but I was going to use it at round, when I hit level 2.
what armor is that?
What are you guys gonna try to do?
Oh, sorry.
Rich's character is going to take the dodge action and poke around the west entrance to look right into the main entry.
Sure. So the main entry is open. The doors are open, so from your angle here, just kind of standing in front, you don't quite see anything.
Okay.
What's your passive perception?
15.
15. Okay, let me see if he makes a stealth check. Oh, unfortunately he does. So as you kind of step in there, a goblin kind of pops his head up and fires off a shot at you. Unfortunately, you didn't see him, so he gets advantage.
Disadvantage, he's dodging.
So it'd be
so
normal.
a normal attack, so I'll re-roll that. And that's lucky because I just rolled really bad. So as he pops up, his head kind of pops up and fires off an arrow and kind of smashes off your shield.
Whew.
Okay. I only saw the one though.
He's on the loft. He's on the second floor on the south side, and it's just the one.
Or yeah.
South side. South side.
Yeah.
All
Anyway.
right. So I'll point up towards the loft and tell the others quietly, south side, south side.
Okay.
This is the cue that I had waited. As soon as something had happened, I'm running on in.
Okay, give me a sec.
Yep.
Mhm.
There's a lot of complaining from her. Okay, sorry guys, just handing off
No
the
worries.
to my wife.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna say, for the sake of time, he's gonna get another shot off you guys before you pile on him. There's only one guy there.
Mm-hmm.
So does he? No, he does not roll high enough, so it will make a difference. He fires off a couple other shots. You guys kind of corner him and you pile on him. You got enough range attacks and whatnot to kill him. He has one copper piece and a sack containing a wooden box containing 10 silvered darts.
Very nice.
That's nice.
Nice.
If they're a rogue.
Mhm.
This is look at 4C.
So 56 says I got about 8 minutes left, and then I need to cut out. So just throwing it out there. If you guys still got to continue,
Yeah, I think we'll just kind of we can cut off here and we can try to pick this up again afterwards.
I mean, that's just me. I mean, I don't know if the rest of you guys are ready to keep going. It just I know I gotta go.
No,
Yeah,
it's getting late. It's almost midnight here.
Yeah.
So we've got two sections basically left,
Mhm.
which is the keep and 8 and 5. So probably another hour and a half left.
Mhm.
So I don't know your schedule, so what we'll do is we'll try to keep that this chat window, like the Hangouts window, open, and we can try to rearrange something so you guys don't get these characters kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere, because this is done by tiered by milestone XP.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we're actually literally almost done. You guys really should be second level. You smashed so many goblins, but we'll see. But we'll call it for tonight, and we'll try to find another time. Is evening generally good for you guys?
Earlier, but usually I've actually been running a lot lately too. So if you guys need to go on with someone else, that's totally cool. Since I run a lot, I'm no big deal to me. So thank you for running with me. It was kind of cool to kind of get the feel for it. So.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm just like baby and everything.
No,
This has been fun.
Yeah.
Adam, you do get a cert if you want to turn the Tressum into a familiar. I will send you that cert.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I need to find where I just opened that. I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Yeah, for some reason I thought we had a bunch of barbarians, so I was like, I don't see a rogue, you know.
Yeah, well, I think the character sheets initially were they're blank,
Yeah.
but it just defaults to the first value, which is barbarian.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool, man. I was gonna play a fighter, but I'm like, oh, cool,
That'd be
barbarian.
hilarious, though, trying to blast through this with just a bunch of barbarians.
Oh, you could.
Half a dozen barbarians.
Well, then, no, it literally be running into every house and like, you rage. All right, what's that?
You get a rage, you get a rage, everybody gets a
Everybody
rage.
gets a rage!
Yeah, and then it's not so much calculated. It's just, we're just a swarm. We just get into every single one, and then yeah, and that's also kind of fun too. You're here to save us. No, we were actually raiding a village, and you guys were open.
All right. Well then, we'll cut it off for tonight, and hopefully we'll pick this back up. There's a couple small little things still left in here, but I will put up a quick summary of what you guys found, and you guys can chat about it and see what you guys want to do. All right.
Cool. Have a good one.
Thanks for playing. Welcome to season 5, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks. All right. Have a good night.
All right, Wayne,
night,
how do you
everybody.
want to how do you want me to get you my address for that cert?
I think I still have your address, but you can email. You can
Oh,
email
you
me.
sent me the whip. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I'll email it to you anyways.
Yeah,
just to
email
be
it to me again just to make sure.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Excellent. Have a
Good
good night.
night.
Okay.